Okay, this might be controversial, but I'm gonna say it anyway. As a Black woman, I've experienced something abroad that I did not expect. In certain places, I felt privileged. Nobody talks about this, but in certain parts of the world, being Black actually has its privileges. As a Black person from the US, Canada, Europe, or any majority white country, you already know they have the privilege, not us. But you can get yours just like I've gotten mine by traveling. And if you've never experienced Black privilege, you just don't know what you're missing. It's validating, heartwarming, and healing on a level I can't even explain to you. And you just have to experience it at least once in your life. So in this video, I'll be telling you 5 ways Black privilege shows up when you travel. But first, I'm Marlie Hall, a news anchor turned nomad on a mission to slow travel the world. And I help other women reinvent their lives through travel, just like I did. If that sounds interesting to you, subscribe and like this video. Okay, let's get right into it. Number 1, you see yourself reflected everywhere. When you travel to some majority Black countries, one of the first things that hits you is that you see yourself everywhere you turn. On billboards, monuments, local media, and even the currency. I don't know about you, but I love seeing Black people on the money. And I'm not talking about a limited edition Black History Month special. I'm talking all the bills, all the time, like in Jamaica and the Bahamas, because in those places and other countries like them, you're not the minority. You are the mainstream. It's inclusion in a way that isn't just a corporate buzzword. Did you know that there are more than 50 Black countries where Black people make up the majority of the population? So representation is one thing, but the real shift happens when you realize how it makes you feel. Number 2, less racial stress and more Black joy. Even on a normal day in the US, there's often a level of awareness of being other. You're always reading the room. You're adjusting your demeanor according to who's in the room. Now, imagine that turned all the way down, because we are the room. And what you notice next is Black joy in everyday life. People relaxed, laughing, not performing. And you're free to do the same because you blend right in. We need that because research shows that chronic exposure to racism can impact both mental and physical health. That's according to the American Psychological Association. And that ease doesn't just come from acceptance. It also comes from who holds the power. Number 3, Black leadership and authority. Being in a place where Black people are in charge changes everything. Places where the most powerful position in the country is held by a Black person, like in Barbados, where Mia Mottley is Prime Minister and the first woman to hold that position. And in Anguilla, where Cora Richardson Hodge is the Premier and also the first woman to hold that position. And we're even in law enforcement, like law enforcement is Black. There are places where nearly all the men and women in uniform are Black, where racial profiling is mostly not a thing. When I was actively living and working in New York City, I got pulled over about twice a year. And for Black men, that number is usually higher. And every time my heart would be racing. And when they get to the window, I would have to say, "I'm Marlie Hall, a news reporter at such and such news station," and then hand over my press credentials so I can try to prove to them that I am somebody, that my life has value, so they don't take it from me. And then I have to keep my hands on the wheel at 2 and 10 where they can see them. If you're Black in America, you know exactly what I'm talking about. In fact, Black drivers in the US are about 20% more likely to be stopped by police than white drivers. So when you don't have to worry about that, you just move differently, lighter, freer, more relaxed. And then you start to notice how everyday people treat you too. Number 4, preferential treatment in majority Black spaces. Okay, Let's be honest about this part. There are moments, especially in Black majority countries, where you may get better treatment, even when there are non-Black travelers around. It might look like a warmer welcome, a little perk, or you might just get hooked up in a way you never expected, like I did one time at Princess Juliana International Airport in St. Martin, about to board a Delta flight back to New York. And for context, nearly the entire Delta ground crew at that airport was Black. So I'm about to board, and I realize I don't have my phone. I had it when I got to the airport, but I must have lost it somewhere between the food court and the gate. So I tell the gate agent, and she immediately radios somebody and asks if there was a phone found. They say no. And as this flight is boarding, she turns to me, looks me in the eye, and says, "Go find it." And I'm thinking, girl, what? This plane is boarding, and this gate is about to close, like in minutes. She sees my hesitation and says again, without code switching, without dialing back her accent, "It's okay, go find it." And I was off. I retraced my steps and found my phone in the ladies' bathroom, inside a stall, on top of the toilet paper dispenser, just waiting for me. I ran back to the gate and was the last person to board that flight. I don't know what she did. I don't know who she talked to keep that gate open, but she did, just for me. That is Black privilege. I never found out that beautiful Black woman's name, but shout out to her. And it goes deeper than how you're treated day to day, because for some of us, we can do more than just visit. We can stay. Number 5, citizenship and roots. Many of us have a parent, grandparent, or great-grandparent who was born in a Caribbean or African country. And many of those countries have pathways to citizenship for descendants, if you apply. And if you don't have that direct lineage, there are a few African countries that have opened their doors to all people with African blood. Ghana has the right of abode, which allows people of African descent to live there indefinitely. And according to the Ghana Tourism Authority, thousands of people from the African diaspora have relocated or spent extended time there since 2019. And then there's the My Afro Origins program in Benin, which offers a pathway towards citizenship for descendants of slaves. So now you're not just a tourist, you belong. And there's one more layer to Black privilege, especially if you're American. This one is a bonus, y'all. Black Americans and global perception. So you may already know there is some anti-American sentiment in different parts of the world. But as a Black American, your experience can be different. One of my favorite YouTubers, Glow Atanmo, mentioned this in her video entitled, "Black Privilege is Real Abroad." But in some places, people understand the history, they understand the struggle, and they separate you from the image they have of America and its current administration. Because they know it ain't us. It ain't us, y'all. There's a level of empathy and even respect. That too is Black privilege. So as we approach the end of this video, I want to be clear. I'm not saying racism and colorism doesn't exist in majority Black countries. It certainly can. But what I am saying is when you step outside of one system, you may find yourself experiencing life in a completely different way. And sometimes that difference feels like privilege. Have you ever experienced Black privilege while traveling? Tell me about it in the comments. And if you haven't experienced it, travel and go and get you some. It'll change your life. Now, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. In the meantime, watch this next one right here because there's so much more to talk about.